Hello everyone, it's Martin from Sacramento, California. We are on week 2 of IMPMOOC assignments. But the lesson today is using the important editing features in the DAW, including trim, separate or split, crossfade, merge, grid, cycle, marker, zoom, name, and color. Loudon did some examples of each of these in the videos, and he used primarily the major DAWs like Logic and Pro Tools. Well, for those of you who don't have any of those, I'm going to be showing you how to do those things in GarageBand. Here we are in GarageBand, and we're going to go through the list of quick edits. First one is trim, so I'm going to select this track right here. If I put the cursor toward the beginning of the track, it changes from the arrow to the little bracket with the arrows, and you can take that and you can drag it back and forth to trim the ends of the track. To separate, in GarageBand they actually call it split. It's under the edit menu, and it does have a keyboard command of Command T. So let's say I want to split this particular track right at measure 4 right there. So I can place my playhead right at measure 4, press Command T, and it splits the track into 2. Now crossfade. Crossfade doesn't, as near as I can tell, doesn't exactly exist in GarageBand, but there is a way around that. If we go to this little arrow and bring up our automation menu, there's our track volume already selected. So I'm going to select a couple of points on the line here, and then I'm going to take this third one right there, and I am going to pull it right down here. So that one is going out, that one's coming in. You'd obviously want to make it a little closer together. But the better feature, and it seems to work very well in GarageBand, it's almost like it does an automatic crossfade, is the join feature. If I select both of these two tracks, I just hit shift click on both of those and it'll select it. Now we've got the join, and with the join on the edit menu and the keyboard command of Command J. So I've got these two together, Command J, and boom, the track is back together again. The grid, if I take this and I move it, it's going to go automatically by the beats because it is on snap to grid in the control menu. I can click that and take it off, or I can do the Command G and it will take the snap to grid off. So I'm going to do Command G, and then it gives me a little more minute control over where things are moving around. Cycle. Turn cycle region on off down here at the bottom. We click that, brings up this little yellow menu right here, and which I can go back and forth and I can make longer or make shorter. But then when I play it, it's going to play these tracks. It'll go to this point and then it'll start all over again. Markers, again, there isn't really specific markers in GarageBand as near as I can tell, but there is what they call this arrangement track right here. It is under control. You can hide it or show it, and then you can click this little plus arrow right here and it automatically brings up a section that then creates dividers so that you can do an intro, a chorus, a verse, whatever. You can come to the end, you can change the size of it, you can rename it by double clicking on it, and then we could say type intro, intro right there. And then you can name it, and then you can create another one and another one, however many that you need. One interesting thing that I found as I was exploring this is, say this was a chorus, and I wanted to move it to a different part of the song. I can take this right here, select this, and move it wherever. Now what's interesting is that whatever tracks are here will move with it. So like I just tried to move it now, it automatically would have split in that section right there. Zoom is a little easier to see if you go down here to the audio region, Option Control right arrow, and it will zoom in or zoom out depending on what you need, but it will only go so far. Name and color are a little different. Name, you can click here and I can rename it and say vocal instead of male basic, and it changes that. Now as far as color, as near as I can tell, again, there's no way for us to change color. These are automatically set by GarageBand. Purple is what is recorded by a mic input. Orange is from a imported track, or you can go over and you can do like loops and you can add blue or green and then they show up right in here. And so those are the basic editing features in GarageBand.